Hey everyone, we're now day 8 here in Greece. The sun's coming out and it's getting a little bit warmer. And I'm going to start with a quotation today by the philosopher Goethe. He's credited for saying, "Treat a man as he is, and he'll become worse. But treat a man as he could be, and he will be as he should be." Basically, the long and short of this is that our expectations set the standards for how we see and operate and act in the world. For most of my adult career, I've been hanging around the fringes of the education world, which is essentially the science and art of development over time. Being in the classroom, any teacher will tell you that if you treat a child as you see them, as they are, then they essentially become worse. The class clown, the bully, the child who is disengaged or disaffected, just treat them as you've already labeled them, and the situation becomes worse. It certainly doesn't get better. And yet, if you treat that child for the untapped potential that you see within them, then all of a sudden that potential that they have inside them, that energy that's there becomes kinetic. It has action and force and drive and is developed and shaped over time. It takes some life and some form, and a good teacher can pull that out. Now, I hear you say, well, Joel, you're a teacher, you've been in the classroom, that's all well and good, but what does this have to do with me? I'm a doctor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a businessman, I work in advertising, whatever the job is, it has nothing to do with me. But I would argue that yes, the same principle applies to how you view yourself. When you're asked the question, who am I? Do you answer just as you are, with your job title or by your relationships? Do you define yourself by your possessions or your loves? I'm a husband or a wife, or I'm a van owner or a homeowner, or I'm a music lover or a gun collector, whatever it is that you might be. Because if you identify yourself by those titles, if you just take yourself as you are, then when crisis hits and some of those things get removed, you're going to be in for a shock. Kind of like if you're just stuck. If you're just stuck as stone, unmoving and unyielding, you won't develop. And yet, a good sculptor will know that inside every stone, there's a sculpture waiting to be released, being shaped and formed under the hands of the sculptor. So when you're asked the question, who are you? Do you answer perhaps as the divine sees you? In that state of already, but not yet. As someone who has a trajectory towards greater things still. When you're asked the question, who am I? Are you responding perhaps to the call of the Almighty and answer, I am what I will become? That's all for today. We'll see you tomorrow.